Hi, I'm George Zicki, inventor of the Revolution Kite, and I'm here to tell you your first flight does not have to be difficult. But let's get started on the right foot. Number one, let's keep things simple. Number two, let's lock down the basic skills. And number three, let's get a feel for the sensitivity of your rev. When starting out on your rev adventure, the goal is air time. Think 10 seconds. Launch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Every second in the air gets you closer to mastering your rev. Now to the problems. Problem number one, over control. The Revolution is very sensitive and it's very easy to over control it. So what I want you to do is let's stick to the basics. Lines tight, thumbs back, launch, stop your rev and back it down. It's this rotation is the sensitivity we're talking about. Here we go. Tight lines, thumbs back, launch, stop, back down. Not bad. A little bit too much over control, a little too much thumb pressure on that. It's sensitive. Try not to over control your rev. Problem number two, pulling for a turn. This is a natural for all you two-line pilots. You guys know how to control your two-line delta. Just pull for left turn, pull for right. So we're going to stick to the basics. Lines tight, thumbs back, launch. To turn, you want to push that left thumb for a left turn, push that right thumb for a right turn. Okay, this is what it looks like. Lines tight, thumbs back, launch. Okay, so what went wrong there? We started out perfect, the launch was good, we even got a couple turns in with our thumbs, but then it got a little out of control, we panicked, we went back to our natural reaction, which is to pull for the turn. Notice that that's the problem, break that habit, focus, talk to yourself, and keep those hands together while you're going through those basic turns. Problem number three, the reverse launch crash cycle. This is what it looks like. Oh, it crashed, but it's no big deal. It's the Revolution. I can just reverse launch. Oh, crashed again. Oh, no big problem. I just reverse launch. All right, there's two problems with this. Number one, you're beating your rev up. And number two, you're not getting any air time. So it's cool and everything. You can reverse launch your kite, and people get caught up in that, and they're just constantly crashing and go, oh, cool. But it's not accomplishing anything. So let's go for the 10-second rule. Get everything nice and tight, lines tight, thumbs back, launch, and count to 10. Try to get 10 seconds in the air. Every second is improving your rev mastery. Problem number four, poor wind conditions. Either your wind is too high, too low, or unsteady. If it's perfect, it's perfect. It's in that 8, 10, 12 mile an hour range. It's perfect. There are no problems. But if it's unsteady or high or low, you can cause some problems. For high winds, stick to the same thing. Launch, stop, and back down. The difference is it's very sensitive. In high winds, your rev becomes super sensitive. In light winds, it's not as sensitive. So if our original launch was launch, stop, back down, in high winds, it's going to be more like launch, stop, back down. Very small movements. As long as you're aware of that sensitivity, you'll be on your way. The problem of light wind and unstable wind share the same solution. The problem is the instability. So in light winds, it's hard to get enough wind to get a stable flight. And in unstable winds, it's hard to get a stable wind to get a stable flight. So we're going to do something a little different on this. It's basically the same thing, but remember, for our normal launch, stick to the basics, right? Launch, stop, and back down. On the light and unstable conditions, let's fly up higher so we can get a little more stability. The wind tends to be a little more stable and a little stronger when you get up high. So fly up and then keep going up a little bit higher. And then up here, let's go for that 10-second rule. Try to hold it steady, try to balance the wings, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Every second you can get it, stay in the air, is going to improve your skills. So go for that 10-second rule. If you can get the basics down for these unstable conditions, you can fly in anything. The key is to recognize the problem and apply the solution. Remember, the goal when you're starting out is you want to get air time. We'll see you on the field.